We got to moisturize the face. Can't do that. Not in the wintertime. Welcome in. In this video, I'm going to be talking about cosmic cycles. Which ones do you ask? Well, the cycle of the sun, the cycle of the moon, and not as much about the cycle, but more about the interpretation that can come from the sun in Aquarius and the moon in Cancer. Welcome in. Hi, hello, namaste, grand rising, konnichiwa, ni hao, male keringwang, male kashandar, buenos dias, assalamu alaikum. Those are the ones that I know. Up late and up early are perspective. And I say this all the time. Sidebar, if I had to be to work at 5 in the morning and it is now 4:14 a.m., I'm right on time. If I had to be to work at 7 in the morning and it's 4:14, I would be up earlier than I usually am to be prepared for work. If I had to be to work at 4:30 and it's 4:14 a.m., I would be running a little late. Cosmic Sister, come on over to YouTube. We're waiting for you. Get over here. Hurry. Thank you so much. Wholeness. Let me put my glasses back on. I'm going to put some castor oil on my face because um, it's a necessity for my skin in these temperatures. So, as I was saying before, interpreting the sun in Aquarius and the moon in Cancer, feel free to put your zodiac sign in the comments, your big three. In the comments. You can ask a question if something comes up. Excuse me for doing this self care. Each video is going to get better and better and better and better. Christy, come on over to YouTube. We're waiting for you. Hurry. How are you? Thank you for liking the live. We're waiting for all of you over here. You can do both if you want. It's up to you. I prefer YouTube, but we can do TikTok too. Thank you so much. Cosmic Sister, how are you? Welcome. Put my glasses back on. My glasses are dusty. Sun in Aquarius. Do I have a chart? Let me grab a chart real quick so I have something for you to look at. One moment here. I love how I can so swiftly navigate on YouTube. I can get a chart, grab a chart, screenshot it, and bow quickly, seamlessly, almost like I never even left. Right? Devlo, how are you? Excuse me. I am silly a little bit. It's part of my communication forms. Silly communication. You're feeling inspired? That is awesome. Libra rising, Cancer sun, Virgo moon. Well, you have a pair in your big three with the Cancer moon. Today, the moon shifts from Cancer to Leo, for the record, on the record. Let the record reflect, denoted by the moon's position at 27 degrees of Cancer right now. However, um, when the moon comes back to your moon sign, it's a new beginning. When the moon comes back to your sun sign, it's also another way in which to look at the beginning of the cycle. So, energetically, emotionally, you've been recharged, you've been comforted in some way, shape, or form. How? Possibly through your career objectives, maybe through business, maybe through work, possibly. Good day at work yesterday? New beginnings at the workplace. New beginnings with the way that you see the world, even. It's a little better. Now we can see, right? Libra is the sign of balance, quite simply. And then we can go into all the different avenues of life where we find balance, right? We can combine Libra and its balance with the zodiac sign Cancer, combining your rising sign with the transiting moon, right? Which is a balancing act of how you feel about your career. Do you have a job or do you work for yourself? Do you work for somebody else or do you work for yourself? This is one of my passions. Yes, cosmic sister. Thank you for asking. It's one of my passions. I'm passionate about cosmic cycles and what it has shown me over the course of the years. Let's see what we got here early in the morning. The MC, near the MC. Yeah, that's why I asked if you had a good day at work, if you had an exchange with the boss or the employer. The midheaven is close to the 10th house. The midheaven here, usually close to this line here, which is the 10th house cusp. The 10th house cusp starts the 10th house, and the midheaven is an X, can be interpreted as this point, which starts this cusp. Cusp of the 10th house and the midheaven synonymous, and that they both point to one's career objectives, one's career outlook, one's reputation, if you will. What are my passions? My passions are um, teaching. My passions are connecting, building a bridge between cosmic cycles and life experiences. This is the main passion that I'm sharing here on this channel, and how one can utilize their nativity or astrological chart, their birth map, to assist in the navigation along the way as well as learn more about one's experiences that one engages in by having an understanding or comprehending the energy through interpreting the symbolism in the chart. This is the passion that I'm sharing here on this channel. Recognition, that word right there, is a word that is closely related to the 10th house in the midheaven. Recognized. You know, when it comes to themes surrounding the 10th house and the midheaven, um, one may experience some form of recognition, uh, either through words, recognized through communication of the boss or your employer or employees, maybe even experience recognition through a paper form like a certificate. Even you may be recognized. The 10th house, the midheaven, can be interpreted as an energy where one experiences a trophy, right? An MVP, an all star. In athletics, we find recognition of one's achievements, 39 baskets, one assist, and the such. Every minute of the game recognized for that. So, that one word, thank you for that. And by you sharing that, you experience that, it might be, excuse me, it might be highly possible that your chart is accurate, you know? And I say that because I'm constantly like when I first started um doing charts, I found that it was important to rectify the chart, to constantly check and verify that the information in an individual's chart was accurate. Simple too. How are you? Hi. You don't know when you were born? That's going to be a tough one. You don't know your birth date? You don't celebrate your birth date? I find that in cases where people are adopted. You don't know the time? That's fine. But you know the birth date, you know the birth information. I was talking about this yesterday with other people, right? Um, it was other people that I was talking to about it, but when someone meets somebody and they don't get an opportunity or they forget to ask the person's time, you can still look the birth information up and still get some information from it. So with you don't know the time of birth, that's fine. I would set you up with an appointment, right? And we verify and rectify your chart by measuring some of your life experiences. But here today, um, we can only work with the sun sign till you get your birth certificate. Have you tried to get your birth certificate or looked at your birth certificate? It's not always on the birth certificate, but sometimes. NYC reprint. Yeah, you might have to get the long form birth certificate, which costs like, I don't know. I got mine a long time ago, like maybe 10 years ago, and it was like $40 for it. But you know you're a Scorpio. Wonderful. Maybe sometime in the future we can have a sit down and see what your rising sign may be, and we can calculate a time for you. Maybe, possibly. But with Scorpio, we can extract some information. It's $27 now for a long form document. Wonderful. Or you might be able to call the hospital and see if they have microfilm of that information. Maybe there's a way to get it. And if you can't get it and it's not, if you get it and it's not on there, then um I do have a technique to finding a close proximity of your rising sign. Your daughter's into this too? Awesome. And she's a Taurus. Your buddy. My buddy. My buddy. Wherever I go, they go. My buddy. My buddy. My buddy and me. Oh, your daughter said you're Taurus rising. Interesting. Your daughter's really into it. I wonder why your daughter says you're a Taurus rising. You're not old. You're old in comparison to what? You're old in comparison to a baby? Okay. A 6 year is old in comparison to a baby. We'll get into that in another video. Do I know about the 13th zodiac sign? I've heard of it. I don't prescribe, prescribe. I don't prescribe to the 13th zodiac sign, but if you do 13 zodiac signs, I hope that works for you in your interpretations. I haven't found benefit to that. Shade is dark now. Art by Astro. How are you? We're over here on YouTube. We're waiting for you. Come on over. We're having a blast. We're having a party over here. Would I identify an old soul? Do I identify with an old soul? Um, sure. There's a couple techniques that I have for identifying with the old soul. Maybe the water signs, maybe water rising sign, maybe, possibly. Water planet, the memory is in the water, it is said. I have found. You sang My Buddy with me? Wherever I go. I thought were saying I sang that song because I thought your daughter was a Taurus. I'm a Gemini? Sometimes. Not today. Oh, your daughter's there with you. Hi, daughter. I'm an Aquarius sometimes, not today. Not today. And when I was born, those are not my Neither. Strike two. I would say that um, the two of you together have four more shots at it if you'd like to. Ladies and gentlemen, if you just got here, like the live. I'm the Cosmic Alchemist. I've been doing astrology for over 2 decades, interpreting, practicing, researching, helping people unravel the intricacies of the astrological chart. Welcome, Nikki. What are we talking about today? And we're interpreting the sun in Aquarius and the moon in Cancer and shooting the shit a little bit here, singing songs about my buddy, just getting warmed up. I've been on here about 20 minutes. Your daughter said Aries. You say Taurus. How are you going to say Taurus after your daughter already guessed Taurus? Come on. If I say no to your daughter saying Taurus, then I'm going to say no to you saying Taurus. No and no. Not an Aries. I'm an Aries sometimes, and I'm a Taurus sometimes, but I'm not a Taurus today, and I wasn't born with the sun in Taurus. I assume you and your daughter are guessing zodiac signs, are guessing the sun sign. Um, Strike two for both of you. You have one more guess. Yeah, Aquarius here, and the connection to the moon in Cancer um, deals with. I was interpreting it earlier. The connection between the head and heart, the connection between objectivity, objects, facts, and what else was it? Come on. Oh, it was there. Bear with me. Just looking at my notes here. Oh, my notes are scrambled. She said Sag, I say Scorpio. Nope and nope. No Sag, no Scorpio. And the Academy Award goes to you, Art by Astro Music, because you're the only one over here. Come on over here to YouTube. She said you're lying. I say forget it. Forget it. Everybody lies. So um she's not too far off with that. But I'm honestly not lying. But I will share this with you. Some of the guesses that you've guessed are um either my moon sign or my rising sign. So you're part right and you're part wrong. I said you're wrong because I was of the mind that you were guessing the sun sign, and so you missed it. Both of you, six guesses, half the zodiac. You're right in some regards, but you didn't. You, first of all, you didn't denote whether you were talking about the sun sign, the moon sign, or the rising sign. So you're both wrong if you were speaking of the sun sign. Now we could move the goalpost and put one of those guesses and say, "Oh, you got it," because you were talking about the sun, moon, or the rising. We can put all that together, right? But then that wouldn't be accurate. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate all of you. If you want, you just got here, you can put your zodiacal information in the chat, and I'll talk a little bit about it. I'm talking about the relationship of the sun and Aquarius and the moon in Cancer. We're approaching a full moon. If you look outside in the nighttime, you'll see the moon approaching fullness in Leo. Um, is it tomorrow or today? Let's see when it is while we're here. I have a method for. Is it Sunday? Maybe. Sunday? It is on Sunday. Yep, Sunday. Wow, wow, wow. 1320, 1320, just before the moon rises. Beautiful. The moon and Jupiter were shining bright together. Probably. Nope, it's actually happening tomorrow, Sunday. Which leads me to tomorrow's a special day. Tomorrow, I'm doing deep dive readings. Simple to complex. You and your daughter are more than welcome to come. Your daughter's gonna love it. Tell her to bring her chart so she can follow along and learn something, maybe a thing or two. Going to be donation based deep dives. That's tomorrow. Not today because um, we got something to do, but there's that. The moon and Jupiter, Devlo, right here. Jupiter in Cancer, moon in Cancer, right? Might have a little bit to do with one feeling inspired, possibly. Jupiter is a fire planet and a water planet. Not Taurus rising, neither. Um, no. Sag moon, no. Virgo sun, no. No, 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 no. Elizabeth, thank you for liking the live. Do you see this name here? The Cosmic Alchemist, CosmicAlchemist. I thought about the Mickey Mouse song, Mickeymouse. This is my YouTube name also. Same lab coat, same brown, oily face. Come on over. Thank you for the heart me. Come on over to YouTube. We're waiting for you. And anybody over here, you can put your big three in the comments. If you would like. I'll share a little bit with you about this electrifying energy in Aquarius and this emotional energy in Cancer. What's the best app to use to download my chart so I can follow and learn this stuff? The simplest breakdown. The simplest breakdown? You want the simplest breakdown? I want to give you the simplest breakdown. It's probably a good idea for me to do a video where I'd show you me navigating this website called astro.com. Let's see if I can respond to you. Can I do that? No. How do I comment? Here? I don't know how to comment. Here? No. Where? How? astro.com. I've been using that website for, I've been using it ever since I started doing astrology. We've known each other for 20 plus years. We've spent a lot of time together. I spent more time with astro.com than I've had with my mom and my dad. Honestly, I've spent more time with a website than both my parents. Maybe not combined. Astro.com. Simple breakdown, tons of information, tons of it. You do have to create an account. Real easy though. Real easy. But you'll be able to generate a chart. The reason why I mentioned that website is because not only does it show you the circle with all the components, but there's a box in the bottom left hand corner, or sometimes it's off to the left, and it shows you the symbols of the planets and it says the names of the planets right next to it. Excuse me. So in case you forgot what this symbol is, for example, in the box, it'll show you this symbol and then it'll say Uranus. Holler. Thank you so much for the double tap. Appreciate you. I'm over here on YouTube. Same name. Bam. Build a line, manifest. Cool. I like that. Oh, Elizabeth, do you have YouTube? Can you hear me? Testing, testing, testing. Oh, bam, you are here. You're listening. Come on over here to YouTube. The website to pull up your chart is astro.com. Let me share this with you. astro.com. You're looking for me there? Thank you so much. You have to create a little profile for yourself, but it's easy. It doesn't cost anything to pull up a chart. What I like about that site is it'll allow you to pull up 100 charts. So you can pull up your birth chart, you can pull up your baby mom's birth chart, you can pull up your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your uncle, your Pookie. You can pull up Pookie's chart. You can pull up um the 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 guy who runs the store, his birth information. You can put all the and that there is priceless. To be able to have a place to hold 100 charts for free and to get a little idea of where the planetary stations are for an individual. It's helped me out so much. It's helped me out so much. It does a personal daily horoscope for you and a literal translation for you as well as you're learning, right? So you get the symbolism and you get it's not AI, it's what the website um has a generator to interpret personal horoscopes designed specifically for you. Um, I don't get paid for this commercial, but it is it has paid me, so I'm sharing with you about that website. And it's free. Well, actually, it's not free. You don't have to pay any money. You don't have to use a credit card, but everything in life comes with some effort that you have to put forth some way, shape, or form. There's nothing that's free. without doing a little bit of work. So, when someone says it's free, maybe you don't pay a Benjamin. Maybe you don't pull out a rectangle piece of cotton, but you still perform a task where there's work. You know, if someone were to hide a stack of money in a park and they're like, here, come get this free money, you have to pay and use your energy to walk to the park. Not for nothing. Hello, you made it. Yes. How are you? Leo's here. Leo sun and an Aries moon. Interesting combination for you, Elizabeth, with your relationship with your mom, and or your grandmother over the course of the next 2 years. Um, Stop lying. You're not too far off with that. I do lie. I come equipped with lies naturally as a human. Um, but I don't read minds here. Wrong live. Wrong live. That's you're looking for a psychic. You're looking for a psychic. What this is here, this is, I would like to say, cosmic cycles, interpreting cosmic cycles. You're welcome. No problem. You're welcome to stay too. Put your zodiac sign in the comments. It's all good. Okay. You're more than welcome. Leo is here. Aries moon is here. Scorpio rising is here. Tenacious, right? Tenacious because of this symbol, this little stinger here. This little stinger here, I say tenacious. This little stinger, this little arrow at the end of the M reminds me of tenacity. Tenacity, what? Passion, even, right? Passionate emotions. Why emotions? Because it's blue. And I know that Scorpio's element is the water element. It's connected to Pisces, it's connected to Cancer. And it being on your ascendant, Elizabeth, makes you a passionate individual at its base, right? At its base. If and in that you're a Scorpio rising, this Aquarius energy that you've been hearing about um, focuses on themes surrounding your living situations, the home, the family. Kind of ties in a little bit to your relationship with your mom, your mother figure, your grandmother, and your mothering, even. Healing going on there. Learning how to be patient and take your time emotionally. Um, so there's that. And with the moon in Cancer, right? It highlights your, or the moon in Aries there, right? Learning patience, emphasis on the patience. Why emphasis on the patience? Emphasis on the patience because Aries is a fire sign. Fire. We can look at fire. What happens in fire? When it comes to fire, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a chemist. Consult your local scientist and chemist. But for my research, when we look at fire under a microscope, the atoms, they're moving fast. They move fast. Thus, therefore, I say that Aries, they kind of move a little fast, impulsive. Oh, gotta get it done. It's a skill. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing simultaneously. Everything's good and bad. It has its goods, it has its pros, it has its cons. A pro to it is that you can, in the beginning of circumstances, Elizabeth is ready to go, pumped up, fired up, and ready to go. Let's do it. Come on, let's go. Let's do this thing. That's a pro. A con, maybe you're like, okay, come on, let's do this thing. And you forgot to bring the cupcakes that you wanted for everybody. So speed is good and speed is bad. The key, if we were to apply um, logic and reason to that, one of the keys is to balance the good and the bad, the pros and the cons. You know? Either way, it's a learning lesson. And so when we look at the cosmic cycles, we're observing energy to see where the energy is. That's been a big lesson, I bet. Stay tapped in. Tomorrow, we're doing donation based deep dives. Full moon deep dives, full moon donation based deep dives. I'm excited. You're more than welcome to come. Angel, welcome. You have an angel and a double there, but your name is Angel. Why not Angel Double? Double Angel. Hope your morning's going well. You're more than welcome to join us over here on YouTube. Same name, The Cosmic Alchemist. Same lab coat, same brown face. We're waiting for you. You're going to love it over here. Thank you for being thankful. Right? I talked about the Scorpio. I talked about the sun in Aquarius. I talked about the moon in Aries and the Leo part. How could I leave this out? This is the loving part of Elizabeth. Loving. Sun in Leo, moon in Aries is they work well together. If you notice the color here, red, rojo, red, rojo. Aries is red, Leo is red. Sagittarius is also red. Right? Why do I mention these signs? Because these are the three signs that are connected that they form this trine angle. The elements, the same element creates this triangle, and it's a harmony that works together. Elizabeth is not a beautiful ghost. She's over here on YouTube. Yes, you're seeing ghosts over here on TikTok because we're over here on YouTube. I'm trying to tell you. Come on over. We're waiting for you. We got a seat for you. It says Art by Astro Muse right there. It's a virtual seat. Massage Body by. Welcome. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the gifts. Um, share the live. There's a little arrow in the bottom corner, I think. There's a thumbs up button up here. It's a way to show support. It's a support mechanism for the algorithm and for the page. So I can continually do this without you having to pay. YouTube's going to kick in. They're going to pitch in. They're going to help, which I try to abstain from pride for my peace and joy. Really? What's your zodiac sign? Angel, come on over here to YouTube. Talk to me. I don't know if it's, I'm going to say angel because you have angel there, but you have an angel and a double there. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Come on over. Same name, same spelling. If you tap on this circle, there'll be a pop up here and you'll see the spelling come through. You don't like YouTube. Hi, welcome. What's your zodiac sign in the comments? You're more than welcome. Thank you for the follow, Angel. I appreciate you. Welcome. Subscribe here. Like the live here. I think it's there. Can I like the live? I can't like the live. Zodiac signs, moon signs, rising signs in the comments. Sun and Aquarius, the combination between Sun in Aquarius and the moon in Cancer. Took me 45 minutes to say this. We're going to get better with each and every live. Is emotional, Cancer, intelligence, Aquarius. Aquarius is a sign that deals with intelligence, right? Intuition, logic, reason, rationalizing, nervous system work. Cancer deals with the emotions, what brings you comfort. Your moods, your feelings, the emotions, the inner core, the internal base, the inner emotional base. Aries sun, we were just talking about Aries sun. Scorpio moon, you don't know your rising sign. The missing piece, the rising sign. Rising sign is Aries too. Wow. Wow. Aries sun and Aries rising. I wonder if you look like your dad. I wonder. Or do you take after your dad, or do you have some of your father's behaviors or your grandfather? You take after the father side of the family? No problem. Enjoy your time with Antonio. Enjoy your Saturday. Oh, that's fine. That's Antonio's? Wow. Antonio's a fixed, uh, 3. Interesting. Yes, sir. You don't have to say sir just because you call your dad and your grandpa sir. You don't have to sir me, ma'am. You don't have to sir me, ma'am. He wants to know you and Antonio, what's your can you come over to YouTube? I need both of you on both of your phones. He was very strong or he is very strong. He is strong and he is a respected man. There's so much more. I have so much more to share with you and Antonio. No need to be pardoned. But Aries is here. Aries is teacher is see is still like, every time you think about him, right? You see the strong, you see the respected, strong, respected, even 10 years from now in the future. I've been working with being in the present moment. But if we were to project into the future and we were to say, and you were to say his name or think of him, it would still be strong and well respected. So is because now that he's transitioned, we don't go into the future and you say, oh, he's not so much respected anymore. He's not so strong. We don't change it. Now it's damn. Now that he's transitioned. See what I'm saying? And he still lives through memory. Still lives there. I say that to people because that's a tool of empower. It's an empowerment tool, and I got that from my experience with my dad. My dad also transitioned, but I say he is an Aries. He is an Aries. He is an asshole too, but he's an Aries, an asshole that I love. But so I know a little bit about um the Aries. Aries is a leader, a champion, a warrior. You got to be strong, right? This is the not just because you said he's strong, but this is the nature of Aries. Aries, this symbol here is supposed to be ram horns. It's kind of corny for ram horns. There's better ones out there on the internet, but um, that's what this symbolizes, right? And I was talking about it earlier, talking about how Aries is a fire sign. It's symboled as a ram and fire. So we have ram and fire, those two things. Ram is a leader, champion, willing to butt heads, willing to crash out, right? Get off my mountain. You don't belong there. I do. I'm the leader. I'm the champion. Bow down to me. Maybe not the bow down part, but there's a fire that's constantly lit underneath you that gets you going, moving, motivated. I was saying how when it comes to fire, if we were to look at fire under a microscope, we would see the atoms moving fast. That's just a theory. I've never seen. I don't know how we put fire under a microscope, but if we were to look at the atoms, I wonder how they even found that out. But anyway, that's science. Consult your local scientist, your primary scientist. All right. Um, but yeah, there's that little sneak peek. Now the thing of this, right? This is exciting. These next 2 years are exciting. You might have already started experiencing some of these vapors, right? You might have already started experiencing some of these vapors with control, right? When it comes to this leadership and this impulse, hey, respect, bow down to me, peasant. Maybe you don't say it like that, maybe not. But you're learning that you may be learning or come to a cycle or phase of recognizing that, hey, maybe that's not the best way to come off in the beginning. Maybe it's more about taking my time, a little more patience. I'm pulling in these Aries today. Right? It's interesting when we look at it because not only is Aries a leader, a warrior, Mhm. We also have the moon in Scorpio. That's a doozy. It's a doozy full, a doozy full. It's a doozy full combination when looking at planetary rulership, which you may not understand. But long story short, Aries and Scorpio are pretty similar. I'm a Gen Xer, born raised by the target. I was jumping to relax and flow with the current energies. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. If I had my soundboard, I would do a round of applause, and um, I commend that. Oh, you already know. You already know. However, in addition to that, you see this guy here? Pew! This is Saturn. It's at 28 degrees of Pisces. It's approaching Aries. Neptune has just dipped into Aries. Splash. Well, more like fire. Um, and Saturn is on its way, February 14th, depending on where you are in the world. Saturn ingresses into Aries, and it's not the start because Saturn was already in Aries last year. It dipped back into Pisces, and now it's done with dipping into Pisces. Now it's done with Pisces and it moves into Aries. Interesting. I talked about my dad, and your birthday is my dad's birthday. Look at that. What's up, Dad? Um, Synchronous. I agree. So, um, you said you learned about patience and all that. I wanna get into the current cycle. Because yeah, you've learned about patience and structure and discipline and all that. Your dad was a Vietnam vet and all the energy. This is another phase of that. It's an additional phase. I'm explaining. It's an additional phase because, and it's a new phase in addition to what you've already learned from the past. This is a newness. Why is it new? It's new because this is a new cycle, right? We haven't even experienced the next 2.5 years yet. How do I know it's 2.5 years? It's 2.5 years because Saturn takes approximately 2.5 years to go through Aries. And over the course of the past 7 years, there's been some healing around the daddy issues and the such with Chiron here. Chiron, it looks like a key. Starting the healing process with your relationship with your dad. Even though your dad is transitioned, still an internal working and works at a root level wherever your Mars is located. Don't tell me. We'll get into that tomorrow when we do the the um deep dive donation based deep dive Sundays. Um for you. With respect goes both ways. Respect does go both ways. I agree with you. Is Antonio commenting on your account? Antonio, how are you? Mm. That's a powerful combination, Antonio. I'm going to get to you in a moment. It'd be quicker if you came over to YouTube. Um, thank you for being thankful. Like the live, subscribe. I'm here for it. I'm on a mission. Thank you for helping me, encouraging me to maintain my mission, soldier. All right, you've done wonderful work. I'll be on tomorrow. More like business hours on my day off. Right? There's actually no days off ever, really. I don't know who even said days off. Days off from what? The heart still beats, the blood still pumps. Anyway, we'll get into that in another video. um, but it is awesome, you know. But I will share with you that um the friends being kinder to yourself and um the friends and people and places help out a lot this month for the next 19 days. For real. All right. I'm gonna take a break. I've completed my task. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. That will help. All right, I'm gonna take a break. I appreciate all of you. Um, self-regulation is key. Self-regulation is key. Quite simply, what does that look like? It looks like scanning your body, in your mind's eye and seeing if there's any part of the body that's tense or stiff. If it is tense or stiff, you know, using self-regulated techniques to, relax. I use breathing. Aromatherapy works. Just go for a walk, maybe some somatics, maybe some shaking or something like that. These are things without astrology, without the cosmic cycles, is beneficial to tap into the parasympathetic nervous system from my research and from my experience and from me acting as a test subject to myself, right? I'm talking about that ever since the winter solstice. And in addition to that, knowing your worth. Knowing your worth is brought to you by the sun in Aquarius and Uranus and Taurus. The combination between the two have a lot to do with knowing your worth and valuing yourself, even if others don't value yourself. And it might even look like you saying it out loud. It might even look like you saying it out loud. I am worthy. I am value. I love myself. Like to hear it, it pays to listen and it pays doubly to speak and hear yourself. Look at that we just created there. That was a good one. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for being thankful. And in addition to that, patience with yourself. Patience. Muy importante in Espanol. In English, very important to be patient. That ties into the self regulation tidbit a little bit, a lot of it. I'll see you in the next video. La da 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 da. Stoked. I am going to do it Sunday after 11. You missed the show. You missed the show. You're still wiping the sand out of your eyes. You put an X instead of a C. That's all good. We got you covered. Thank you for coming in and commenting. It means a lot. Did you like the live? You did like the live. Yes. Thank you so much. I'm listening to you. I'm considering what it is that you say. And we are going to do Sunday after 11. Do you have the notifications highlighted? Do you have the notification bell tapped? This is the question. Deep dive donation based Sundays. You're in there like swimwear. All right, enjoy your day. Um, it's gonna be awesome. The moon in Cancer to Leo, right? From emotions to self-expression, right? A little bit of play, right? A little bit of play. What time is that at? Let's see. Before we go, give you a little window here. Oh, wait a minute. We got a little more time. This was for later. It's not today. Excuse me. I made a mistake. That's Sunday, actually. Is it Sunday? No, it's today, but it's a lot later than I expected. It's at like 7 p.m. So it's a playful evening. Maybe we'll do a live later on this evening too. A pre-show. All right. Enjoy your day. It's a party. It's a party. It's a party. Play some music. Let